History of the United States according to YouTube Shorts, so they're gonna have to do a lot of explaining in like 30 seconds. To start things off, we've got 10,000 BC Native Americans coming in. That Bering Strait land bridge coming in clutch. So Native Americans, 10,000 BC, I mean, they were here a little bit before that, but that's fine. Jumping straight off to, okay, we're missing a little bit here. Little one guy we're kind of missing. Did SpongeBob teach us nothing? Happy Leif Erikson Day. I like that the Vikings visited North America for just a little bit and were like, nah, this place sucks. So Christopher Columbus discovers America. He discovers the islands in the Caribbean. 1558, 1585, the British colony of Virginia begins. There were some other members there, but yeah, the British, obviously, 13 colonies started. Then we have the American Revolution. This is when we get our independence. Lots of explosions. I like that they have the old flag. Manifest Destiny is about to begin. 1783, the Louisiana Purchase. Bam, get nice and big. But the USA still wasn't done. They were gonna, well, the Mexican War. Gotta make sure they take California and Arizona and New Mexico. Then we have the American Civil War. Clean that up real quick. The Alaska Purchase. I like the sound effects. Annexation of Hawaii. Are we gonna do anything about the Philippines? Bombing of Japan? I like, what? I did not think this video was gonna go in that direction, but yes, the 2003 Iraq War. What else are we gonna claim? Okay, now we have, okay, who do you want as president? The Trump picture. Oh, I see this video is a little old. Okay, well, yeah, that's definitely a quick YouTube Shorts rundown of the U.S. history. I know they didn't really have a lot of time here, but I would have liked to have seen the U.S. pick up some of these islands, as well as Puerto Rico, the Philippines even, and then losing it. I like that World War II just gets summarized as bombing of Japan. Hurt me. I mean, where's the lie? Countries that have banned Roblox. I'm going to unalive myself. I actually am trying to think.
Includes Guatemala, Oman.
Is it Russia or nations aligned with? I mean, Iran probably banned Roblox. Could you say North Korea technically banned Roblox and all the countries that kind of have limited access?
Iran,
oh, you know what? I
China,
covered this map
and
a while
of course,
ago.
North Korea.
Oh yeah,
the
there you go.
reasonings are that it is harmful for children or just another unwanted Western influence.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Unwanted Western influences. It might not have just been like anti-Roblox propaganda necessarily. These are some pretty random places though. I mean, yeah, like I said, Russia just doesn't like Roblox because it is anti-communist propaganda. Weird, because when I play Roblox, it's the exact opposite. Guatemala cites a dangerous platform for children. Jordan just doesn't like it because of bad language and violence. I can't even imagine what things they do allow if that's stopping Roblox. And there's just the UAE and Oman. I must admit that the case of Guatemala surprised me. The rest of the countries, they just censor many Western things. I won't stop until Roblox imperializes the entire world. What if France brought back Napoleon? That's the title of this video, but I don't know if that's necessarily the premise. Oh, YouTube Shorts.
First
Just
thing they would
revenge
do is attack
for
Germany,
Napoleon.
since their military is very weak right
I
now.
mean,
After taking their land, they would look at the Benelux countries, who would surrender and give their land to France because they would be scared.
Oh my
the other
goodness.
countries would see this and start preparing to join forces and destroy France.
Oh my
France
goodness.
knew this would happen, and before the Allies can act, they would launch a quick attack trying to knock Italy out.
Oh, this
However,
is a mess.
due to mountain terrain between France and Italy, the French troops wouldn't have time to advance far. And with the other countries joining forces, they would destroy
I don't even know where to
France
begin.
from all fronts, taking Paris and ending the conflict.
I love that the entire justification for war here is just that France got really mad. I feel like this is another one of those videos that's just forgetting a tiny little thing here. You know, just a little thing called NATO. They would Article 5 France so hard. Like even the coalitions that Napoleon faced from history wouldn't even match up to what France today would have to face, especially considering giant America would be involved. So if France went crazy and just declared war on Germany, I think maybe they'd get like the Rhineland back. Maybe momentarily, but that's probably the best they could hope for. I like how the Benelux countries just give up because France is looking at them. All right. Yeah. I mean, maybe this would be an interesting situation if we, like, removed NATO. I feel like if you wanted to argue for France here, you gotta bring up the fact that they have nukes. Then maybe I could justify some of this stuff. I like that geography was kind of considered, at least for the part of France invading Italy. Only problem is the map of the invading French forces in that part of Italy was actually pretty flat. Yeah, there are more mountains right here. It's actually, though, pretty interesting just because France does sit here nicely with two walls protecting their backside. And they have all the sea right here, so they do just need to really worry about Germany and the lowland countries. So, yeah, okay. The country that lasted for only 8 seconds. We're talking Catalonia. Okay, so I already know what they're going to talk about here. I mean, this is like it's like a funny fact that people like to bring up, but it's not super accurate.
Is a province in Spain that strongly wants independence.
Yep.
Spain, of course,
I was there for that.
this because giving Catalonia independence might encourage other regions to seek the same.
Yes, which is why Spain won't support like a place like Kosovo, for instance, or any breakaway states.
Independence might encourage other regions regions to seek the same.
Or else they'll just completely break apart themselves too, because they've got a whole lot going on in there.
However, 7 years ago, a funny event happened when the Catalan president Carles Puigdemont declared independence in parliament. However, just 8 seconds later, he changed his mind and suspended the declaration in order to avoid immediate conflict with Spain.
I mean, okay. This is after the Catalan government reported a 90% vote for independence. I like when discussing Spain's separatist movements, we have to bring up maps of Iberia from 1444. It's where it all started. Like so many other things, though. I feel like this is the best way to summarize what Catalan did here. Like, it doesn't really work that way.
Hey, I just wanted you to know that you can't just say the word bankruptcy and expect anything to happen. I didn't say it, I declared it.
Bankruptcy, independence, same thing. Maplad, how many world wars have you won? So first of all, you can only win 2, because there's only been 2, which means you can only have taken 2 L's. So there you go, Germany, not too bad, could be worse. So France and the UK both have 2 wins. Some countries didn't even participate in any of the world wars. I'm thinking Spain and Ireland, so they got 2 goose eggs. I think it's better than taking 2 L's. Oh, forgot that technically Portugal got 1 from World War I. They did get involved in that. There's a place like Italy that got 1 and 1. They won World War I and then lost World War II. Same goes for Turkey, same goes for Romania. At least in the case of Turkey, though, they lost World War I and then won World War II. Imagine being down 0-1 and then you pick up a win. That's got to be exciting. Russia technically only has 1 win. That's World War II because, you know, World War I, they were going through a little civil war. Forget that technically Poland's on the board with 1 win. It's just these middle countries, Germany, then Austria, then Hungary. Oh, well, there's also Bulgaria that took 2 losses. But some countries changed sides there in World War II, but I still counted it as a loss. Yeah, I think that's fair. Italy lost both, won both. Poland maybe was in team win, but we lost our independence. Can't wait to finally get some updates to this map when we have World War III. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. These countries are dying.
In the world that are currently dying.
Well, there's a lot of countries.
The only 2 such countries in America are Cuba and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But the situation radically changes in
when we get to Europe,
where all of these
and parts of Asia
are dying out. Yes, almost half
They're
of the continent.
losing
Latvia is
population.
the worst of them all, with 1.1%
Really?
of
It's
population
Latvia?
decline. In Asia, we had only 2 such countries, which are the Maldives and Japan. Lastly, in Oceania, we had
South Korea
Micronesia and Tonga.
How do you define dying? The population is getting less each year, right? Feels weird to not include Korea to the red map. Maybe a lot of those are projections. I mean, these are countries that are like literally losing population every single year. Depends on how you define this, I guess. I could have used a little bit more information. Thanks again, David. But here's the North Koreas of every continent. So I already know, well, Turkmenistan's in Asia, and that's, you know, North Korea is in Asia as well. Belarus, I think, is going to be considered the North Korea of Europe, possibly. I don't know about Africa and the Americas, though.
Continent. The American country most similar to North Korea is Cuba.
Oh,
meanwhile,
yeah.
the censorship machinery in Europe is Belarus.
Yep,
the
got that.
strongest dictatorship in Africa is Eritrea. The North Korea of Middle Asia is Turkmenistan.
Yep, that's...
Meanwhile, countries in Oceania are lucky enough to be far away from
yeah,
what
they don't really have
North
one.
Korea.
It's kind of hard to be in North Korea when you live on like an island paradise. I just realized that. I tend to be a little bit more laid back in those situations.
In Asia, there is a big competition to be the best version of North Korea.
Between China
and North Korea.
Yeah, if you get rid of North Korea, China just becomes equivalent to North Korea, right? I really like this comparison, though. I mean, if you have to pick something in the Americas, yeah, it's probably going to be Cuba. Venezuela, though, too, sometimes. The best version of North Korea is North Korea. I mean, they did it first. They were the trendsetters. Yeah, see, Venezuela is for South America. Okay, yeah, Cuba's for North America. I like that comparison. Of course, all these places do function differently, but, you know, just like a strong, you know, dictator has a vice grip over the entire country. Anyways, please go subscribe to all these channels. Big thanks to my patrons this month. I tried to kidnap Drew again, but he put me in his basement. Help. Drew's Argentinian Grandpa. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. Nord, Tiger, Archaeology, aPhatNarwhal, Carmel, Sarsath, Pavlik, DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Fredrik Tibblin, JohnDenver, KansasWasMentioned, KingBearHaze, LuxembourgLover, sebby. If you hear this,